she really started being in music videos. She was in Janet Jackson's That's the Way Love Goes.
That might have been it. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. And that's what kind of catapulted her career, and then that's what ended up getting her the audition to Selena.
Yep. And then, but think about even also Wesley Snipes. He was in Bad. So it's just things like that. Like when the level of production, like people just put stuff together to put it out, but nobody's more intentional with the work anymore. You know what I mean? So it's just that type of time that we in today.
So I just gotta tell you a little secret. Hope nobody's listening. Go ahead and plug your ears. No, I'm just kidding. So when you first agreed to come onto the show, like when I first scoped you out, I was trying to figure out where I saw you from. Because I was like, man, that face looks so familiar. And I kind of figured, maybe it was a commercial or something, But then I read somewhere that you were in an episode of Fatal Attraction. I was like, aha! I actually watched that show.
I was. Episode, what was that, 116? No.
The one with Davion Hall?
Yes, Davion Hall.
And wasn't that the one? Because I had to sit there and I was just like, because I think that came on recently, like 2 or 3 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like a corrections officer or something like that.
Correct.
Yeah. And he actually got in the middle of a robbery gone wrong or something like that. Like they went into his house to steal his guns or something.
Yep, that's correct. So
now,
the story. Correct me
if I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I know you want to explain the story.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't that the one? Because I was sitting there just like, wasn't that the one where there was 2 guys, right? But they couldn't prove who actually shot the gun.
Exactly.
So the guy that we all kind of know who did it was the one that basically took a plea deal to out his partner who was just there to simply make some money.
Exactly.
And so he got a few years and his partner got life.
That is correct.
So, okay, that's the one where I was just like, huh? Because the guy had motive, but his partner did not.
The partner didn't know who the guy was.
No, he didn't even know who he was. He was just, the guy invited him to go over there and steal some guns so they can sell it on the street, black market. And I forget why or how. I guess the guy came home or something and guy just shot him or something like that, but they couldn't prove who did it.
Absolutely.
And the guy was like, all right, I'll take you a deal and, I'll confess that he did it.
Crazy.
And since they couldn't prove who shot the gun, the DA took the deal or something like that. And the guy ended up getting something really small. They reduced it to manslaughter or something like that. And he got like 8-9 years. And then his partner got life.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened.
I couldn't believe it.
It was wild just understanding the story and even filming that. It was just understanding who the guy was. Like they were just telling us stories about him, giving us a background of who he was. And so he was actually in a relationship, well, quote unquote relationship with the young lady that lived in the same apartment.
Right.
So that was her ex-boyfriend that came back.
Right.
He was just a very aggressive guy. He didn't really like Davion. And I don't know how he found out about the gun. Obviously the girl told him, but I feel like the girl had a little bit more on that than being led on. And so, once he stepped into that room, the guy was just shot him in the face.
Yeah. And I'm just like, so I understand you guys couldn't prove who did it, but the other guy had no motive, really.
If the other guy didn't even know the guy, didn't have no motive, didn't live there, but
no connections, no nothing.
It makes I don't know. I don't know what them attorneys like in Florida, but they dropped the ball on that one.